Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you guys so much for listening or tuning in to Preparing to Quantum Leap in the season of letting go. I am your host, Darla, and you are tuned into the 30 Journey. Guys, welcome back to episode or day 17. I'm excited to talk about today's topic a little bit. Of course, you guys know that I am sharing clips this week from social media. I'm sharing 2 this episode, and I'm going to allow the clips to explain some things a little better than I can, and I'm going to expound a little bit on it as well. Today's topic is Your Body Knows.
Nervous system will always choose a familiar hell rather than an unfamiliar heaven. Your nervous system is connected to the trauma that you've been through, and it stores that trauma. And its number one job is to protect you and keep you safe. Here's the thing, is that your nervous system will protect you by keeping you comfortable. Comfort is the familiar hell. Uncomfort and pressing through the unknown, even though it's very scary, is the unfamiliar heaven. So get uncomfortable. Do the thing that is scaring you. Take the step, jump, whatever that might be, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up in a way better place.
So in day 16, we talked about the road less traveled. We talked about how in order to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. And how can you do that when you're consistently choosing a familiar hell? His words, not mine. But that's a serious question. How do you choose an unfamiliar heaven when your nervous system and your body wants to always choose that familiar hell? Well, I remember hearing someone say, your beliefs impact your biology. And biology usually influences the way we all interact with ourselves and one another. If my belief is this will always turn out bad, and that influences my biology, which in turn is my body. My body is feeding off of what my belief is. Therefore, that's what manifests. Even within so much happening within the body, even within experiencing so much stored up trauma, we have to realize that the subconscious mind and also the spiritual aspect of our beliefs have to stand on what we know. And if you are truly a believer in God and a follower of Christ, that's what belief you should stand on, and your body follows. One of the reasons why I shared early on, when it wasn't as common or easy to, about my mental health struggles and the things that I was experiencing, was because I knew I wasn't the only one. And also I understand the importance of what it means to have community and people that see you when you're going through it. I've experienced many times what anxiety can do to the body when you allow those racing and menacing thoughts to take a hold of what it is that you know and you believe to be true. Because what happens all too often is those experiences in our bodies trump what we actually know, believe, and understand about ourselves. I expressed to you guys in another previous episode about breathing and how God really made me aware of the fact that I was not breathing properly. And when I reference the scripture, when God breathed the breath of life into Adam's nostrils, not into his mouth, into his nostrils, he was then a living soul. And what I realized is that within breathing, it is into the nose, out through the mouth. Into the nose, out through the mouth. And that is what gives me so much peace throughout so many moments of exhaustion and fear and doubts, and also helping to regulate my nervous system. How can I go out to be the best that I can be when I can't even be able to calm myself down or be able to properly breathe to express whatever it is that I'm trying to get across? It was literally a fight or flight moment in so many different scenarios throughout the day. And I was like, what is this? And when I became aware of it, breathing became much easier, and also my body was filled with peace. Being in a place of peace and calmness when life is lifing is not the easiest thing to do. But what I love about my journey more than anything, I kid you not, is those moments when I have to sit down and I have to talk to God about what I'm feeling and expressing. And I'm allowed to do this with open arms, knowing that everything is going to be okay. But I want you to process these emotions in the meantime. I want you to cry and I want you to let it out. I want you to breathe within this process and understand you breathe in life. You take in life. You take in positive thoughts. You take in scripture that has helped you time and time again. You take in new scripture that will help you along your journey moving forward. And you let go of all the things that have been hindering you and holding you back in the meantime. Fasting and detoxing has been my saving grace, and I tell you guys that all of the time because I'm constantly amazed when I allow my body to be free and clear of all type of foods, processed junk, all that, to focus on God and to allow Him into my temple that is free and clear of anything, so that I'm able to discern where to go and what is mine to receive along the journey. Keep score. That was a repost from the holistic psychologist on Instagram, and in her caption she says, "The body keeps score, but what does that actually mean? It means that when we experience complex trauma, it's our body that's physically changed. This is why the sayings like, just let it go, or can't you move on, are meaningless. When we understand biology, we understand our past lives within us. And when our past includes complex trauma, our body is always trying to protect us by staying in a heightened threat state." There's so much more to be said about our bodies, our nervous systems, mental health states, just our overall temple in general. But as I continue to journey, guys, I'm going to go back to episode 1. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I know we're quantum leaping and all and doing all the things within this season, but I understand that some of you are not ready at this time. Just know that these episodes will be here for you when you are. And as you continue to journey through and as you continue to move forward in your life, allow yourself to know that your body is keeping score. So don't just move on, move forward, and always be reminded that your body definitely knows. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in episode 17. If you enjoyed this, make sure you thumbs it up. That helps out so much. And I will see you guys in day 18. Take care. Talk soon.